Aquarius, welcome. This is Cindy with Tana Tarot, and this is your midweek reading. I'm going to start doing midweeks regularly. I don't know, I think I'm going to do random topics, and I don't know what I'm going to name this one. But what it is it's all oracle, and what I'm getting is some messages about things that may happen, advice on maybe how to clean. There's been a couple of, let's not say negative, but some things that maybe need work. And so there's been advice on maybe how to work on that and, how to look at things from a different perspective. And then there's also advice. And then there's also like some events or some processes that are going to be happening in different periods of your life. Some of them spiritual, some of them relationships, some of them monetary. So, they all differ. But I'm really excited to do this reading for you, Aquarius. And let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I see for you is you are being asked to look closely at your circumstances. Are you like present here, now, today, and making decisions, based out of who you are and what you want and what you believe in? Or are you reacting out of, like past experiences or conditioning? That's really something to look at. Sometimes, with the negativity that we experienced, pain, hurt, damage, we can react in certain ways that we're unaware of. And you're being asked to really look at that, like look at your life, maybe the four major areas, like, career, love, like, relationships, family, friends, spiritual growth, and personal growth, like, outside interests, that type of thing. Look at those four areas and ask yourself, why are you doing the things you're doing? And if it's because I want to and it's good for me and it feels good, then that is a good thing. If you do have some questions like, I wonder why I'm putting up with this, I wonder why I'm doing that, you are being encouraged to look at that. Because we do have a message here, Aquarius, that you do have a tendency to repeat cycles. And it's usually, unfortunately, negative cycles. So whether you repeatedly choose unavailable partners, whether you repeatedly get out of debt and then promise yourself you're not going to do that again, and then within a year or two you're right back in the same boat, back in the same amount of debt. Whether it's, smoking or drinking or a drug problem, whatever it is, I see that you have some cycles that you need to break. And cycles are most often from past experiences, hurts, damage, trauma, things like that. So you're being encouraged to look at your motives for doing things. You're also being encouraged to identify any repeating negative cycles. Things that you do that are not good for you, that you have repeated multiple times in your life, and you don't know why. It's time to really look at that. And so what we have here, a recognition of a combination of tension and flow, then potential, and a rewarding situation. So this is like You can go round and round and round and continue to do the same thing over and over. But if you can look at it like going around, but moving up and getting smaller as you move up, then finally you can just start going straight up. So don't be hard on yourself. And if you find yourself, you thought you worked through it and you see yourself doing it again or starting to do it again, knowing is half the battle. And I think that's from an old G.I. Joe cartoon. But really, recognizing it and identifying it is really half the battle. And so if you do continue to go in cycles, as long as you move up and it gets smaller and smaller and tighter until you've broken that cycle and you're just moving up. So give yourself time, give yourself a break, but do this work. Aquarius, you are really being encouraged to do that work. Find out who your authentic person is. Make sure you're coming from that authentic person and not from automatic reactions to things because of past experiences. And same with the cycles that usually happen due to past experiences. And this kind of shows you a circuitous path. It's not always like a line, like I recognize the issue here and I'm going to work on the issue and I'm going to work on the issue and I'm going to work on the issue and then over here it'll be cool and good and done. I don't think it's ever like that. I think we continue to learn and grow. And so the picture of the ever moving spiral, that hopefully the spiral gets smaller and smaller and you just continue to raise your vibe and work higher and higher up into a more spiritual place. Think about that as maybe a way to lighten up the prospect of making these changes, because you'll most likely be working on them for your whole life, and that's fine, but you're learning the lesson, and hopefully you'll learn how to not repeat them. But then sometimes then a new cycle happens. Trust me. What are you going to do? Then we have freedom, victory, and increase. And so what this is saying is, by recognizing these patterns and finding out who you are and what you want and making decisions and living your life from that place of authenticity and breaking those cycles, you will really find yourself breaking out of the cage, feeling so much more free in your life. And as far as the victory and the increase, we can look at that as spiritual, emotional, financial, even physical, an increase in health, increase in money, increase in happiness. Isn't that funny? Round and round is negative cycles, and increase is a cycle. You can put yourself into a cycle of increase. That's a cycle you don't want to end, as long as you're increasing all the good stuff. So, freedom, victory, and increase as a result of doing this work. That is a beautiful thing. Now, as I was talking, while you are working on these things, you will grow. And so we have messages here. You will experience a spiritual awakening. Now, I'm talking about energies and vibes for the next 30 days. Is all this going to happen in 30 days? Hell nah. I think I said up here it's a lifetime commitment, right? But I believe that you will have some type of an epiphany. Maybe even this reading will get you to thinking and start the process. I don't know. Maybe you've already had the epiphany. Maybe you're going to be like, oh, that Cindy, she's full of shit. And then 29 days later, you'll have an epiphany and you'll say, hey, Cindy wasn't full of shit. I'm going to break this cycle. I'm going to look at why I do stuff. But the energy around you in the next 30 days is one of self-discovery, self-examination. And then as a result, moving forward, you are going to experience a spiritual awakening. That can be as simple as, oh my God, I am lovable. I am love. I am worthy. I do deserve to be paid well and have money. Because until you realize and recognize your self-worth, which is this work that you're going to do here, you can't really have a spiritual awakening because you are stuck down in 3D land. And so everyone thinks spiritual awakening, oh, I'm going to be meditating 14 hours a day, and I'm going to burn incense and sage, and I'm going to go sit at the top of a hill. Well, I'm not making fun of those people, although my voice just kind of did. But you may do some of that. You won't do it all the time, though, because we do have a 3D world to live in. But a spiritual awakening is when you see the worthiness and the beauty and the love within you. And you realize that you deserve it, you are worth it, and you are it. That's when it opens up a whole new vista for you, Aquarius. And you're able to not only grow it within you, but you're able to start really giving it real love to partners, to family, to friends, to animals, to the freaking tree outside. As you're driving down the street, you send it out to the universe. If there's trouble with another country across the world, you close your eyes and you send the love and the positive vibes and the everything that you can, that you have inside of you, to them. And that's what that's about, love. And you can begin to dream again. Anything is possible. Anything. Anything spiritually. I mean, you could, I don't know how old you are, you could freaking go to medical school now and become a doctor if you want. You could learn to play the guitar and end up becoming famous, or end up playing in the background for someone famous, or starting your own local band and having a freaking blast every weekend, or whenever you can get a gig. But you could do whatever you want. You just have to dream it. You could become an accountant. That could be your dream. That may sound like ucky to me, but that could be your dream, and it can happen. And then we have all-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, serenity. That's what starts to happen when you have the spiritual awakening and you dare to dream. And then you become a beacon for others. It spreads. You can't help it. The light starts to shine out of you. I mean, I still get snarky, especially when I'm in the car. Man, you should hear me. I have to watch it when I have my grandson in the car. He's heard some not so great things because it's just knee-jerk. So I'm not going to lie. But I really do feel like with the work that I've done, that I can help others. And that's what I'm trying to do. And you can do the same. You can be a beacon for others. And you know what, Aquarius? I'm a Sagittarius, and this card is New Moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. So damn it, luck is on your side. Do it. Good stuff, man. So Aquarius, this is what I have for you. If this resonated at all, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you on Sunday with your love reading. Thanks. Bye-bye.